Letters, and then we have some special presentations for several of them we're going to get, like we do every year. And so I like to have the varsity team come out this time. The 1995 Nick Nine champions, 25-5, 14-2 in the league, regional champions, sectional champions, Sweet 16. Great job. Before we get, I want to take a moment and also say I'm very, very proud of Dave Stockton. He's been here 4 years, and I believe his JV record in 4 years is 35-1. Okay, and I know this year. I believe he has a 35-game winning streak. He lost the first game he coached by 1 point, and he still mad as hell about that. And you come here to lose. That's right, Coach. So Dave's done a tremendous job to JVs, and you know these kids as well as I do here as the parents, that our JVs have a tremendous amount of heart and desire, and just really respected everyone on their team. Great group of kids. We're going to give out the letters, and I'm going to say something about all the players a little bit right now, because we do that at the varsity level. They certainly deserve all the dedication they've given. And first we're going to start with our managers up here. Are you up here? Good. Here's a young man. Who became the first year as a varsity manager. He worked very hard. He got to repair my posing board that I broke a couple of occasions slamming on the floor, and he was sick quite a bit this winter. He would come to school with a temperature to school just for practice almost. He's very dedicated, and I'm glad to have him back. Michael Pipitone. Each player manager is going to get their varsity letter, because we have a rule that if we win a conference championship and/or regional, everybody in the team gets a varsity letter. They'll get their letter, they'll get their T-shirt, and they get their book. The book is where we save articles the whole year. That's another story. We also have all the stats from this year and previous years in the history of Waterloo. So we talk about the all-time leaders like we will with Ricky and Ryan and Jen, and you'll understand what it's right in their book. So every player gets one of these. Now, if we have any of them left, they'll be for sale. I don't know how many left. Next one is second-year varsity managers. One of the leaders academic in the starting class. I think Mike is about the top 5. Anyways, where are you, Michael? I'm talking about where are you in your class? Third in his class, soon to be number 2 and then number 1. Does an outstanding job. He hosted our study table a great deal, and I'm very proud of Michael Lee's contribution. Next man, this is really going to hurt to lose him. He's been with me 3 years. You're still going to run the store for me this summer, aren't you?
I don't know. I might have to get a nap.
You'll probably be there. Jason's done such a great job, not just on the court, but at 328 as a tutor. He's probably number 2? 3. He's also number 3 in his class. Would be number 1 probably, except he takes band, concert band. Takes a concert band. A concert band, you don't offer honor points. So he gets an A naturally in concert band, but he gets 4 points for it instead of 5 that another honor student's taking an honor class. So in the long run, he loses, even though he's taking an extracurricular activity and getting another rank.
How many classes do you take a day?
We got 8 classes a day?
I have 9.
9 classes a day. It's 9 classes a day. To start this class, he had a 1540, excuse me, I busted, a 1510 in SATs with a perfect 800 in the math.
Oh!
That's pretty good.
Now Luchetti says, yeah, if all those guys, they wouldn't get up to 800. Evidently, he was thinking about his latest golf score. 5 of those guys, we had a 3.3 or higher first semester, and 2 other guys were over 3 point for sure. So we had 50% of our 14 guys get on the honor roll, and which I'm very proud of also. And 50% of our managers made the honor roll. Is that right, Mike? So I'm very, very proud of the academic achievements of the entire team. Anyways, Jason has done a great job, like I said, being a tutor. We're going to miss him dearly. And he does as much work around here as a lot of assistant coaches would do. He takes a lot of responsibility. All right, next young man, I'm very proud of. He came from football and he went out for basketball. And we have our skills test that a lot of the freshmen sophomores to learn what that's all about. You have to get so many points in the skills test before you can practice. Well, he came from football. The next day was on Sunday, right, David? It was on Sunday. He flunked the skills test on Sunday. But he practiced with us on Sunday anyways. You know why? Because he took the skills test again on Sunday. He took it twice in the same day and was able to pass it. Came out and practiced with us. And I'm really proud of it. He's got a great deal of dedication. He knows he has a lot of work to do, so what does he do? He works hard. And he's trying to do everything he can to be best he can be. And I'm very proud of David and his effort, his dedication, Mr. David Moody. Also, the players and team are getting their Nick 9 championship medals. The next young man epitomizes to me what success is all about. I don't care what you give this young man any task to do, whether it's the classroom, whether it's football, whether it's basketball, whether it's tennis, whether it's selling things in the cafeteria, being a class leader. This young man will go through any wall to get to his goal. He is a natural leader. I would not be surprised that he's going to be president of a large corporation someday, at least. Because he's just got that dedication, he's got that hard-nosed ability about him to get the job done. And I'll tell you, he picked us up time and time again in practice. He wouldn't let the starters have easy shots. He just defied it for layups. He'd do anything he can to stop the white team from scoring. Just gave everything he possibly could at all times. Every practice for 105 practices is what we have. That's one of the goals for the 100 practices every year. Mr. Jay Hammond. The next young man is also a star in another medium. He's a star in the classroom, but he's also a star in soccer. All conference, I think all area, first team. He's one of the best defenders in the soccer team, and he's really one of our best man-to-man defenders. He can guard anybody. He's quick, he's mobile, he gives everything, dives for loose balls, he hustles all the time, gives a tremendous effort. He's another one of those guys in the JV team that just gave everything all the time, and I'm very proud of his effort and his attitude through the entire season. Mr. Scotty Hughes. This next young man is 6 foot, almost 6, and 160 pounds of heart. And every day for 3 years, he's had the hell beat out. He's been pushed, shoved, knocked down, and he's got up and came back for more and more and more. And he's got a great frame of mind, a great temperament, and his academics first semester, what did you get first semester? 3.4. You got 3.4 first semester? It was, I think it was over 3 first semester. I can't because you got one this morning. And it's the first time ever, right? First time he ever got in the honor roll in his 5th semester. So he's working hard on his academics. He's working hard on his basketball. You know, every morning, what do you have to do when you get up? Say that louder.
Push-ups.
You have to do push-ups. Some guys get up, you know, and brush their teeth first. You do push-ups. He's got to do push-ups. He's got to get strong. Heck, I said the same thing to Ryan Miller. You know, Ryan's laughing behind me. I said the same thing to him. Look how big Ryan's got. All right. But we're going to need Ryan Peterson to be a man next year, and he's going to have to really put on 20, 30 pounds and be in the weight room, be dedicated 4 to 5 days a week. Some guys live 2 to 3 days a week, rather. He's got to live about 5 days a week. He's got to put on some strength, and I know he's going to be dedicated. He's going to get the job done because he loves the game. When we are in the locker room after a super sectional defeat, I don't think anybody was more crestfallen and hurt and felt bad as bad as even Ryan did. He didn't play second, but his heart was there, and he just loves the team. And I was very proud of his effort all year. Ryan Peterson. Last year, pretty close to the score last year in the sophomore team, and he has high expectations to be a quality high school player, and he has all the ability. He can see the game very well. He passes the ball very well. He can handle it, and he's rolling like a weed. He came to school about 5'2" or 5'3", and now he's 6'3". And who knows? He's going to probably get as big as Jason. He's about 6'5". Right now, and I'm looking forward to Jeremy to be one of the leaders of our team next year, and he has to accompany Ryan Peterson to the weight room every single day that Ryan goes there, because Jeremy was trained too. And Jeremy's another hard worker. He's dedicated. He's did a wonderful job for us. He spots in our games this year in varsity, and is also one of the leaders of the JV team, Jeremy Warren. Next young man, a year ago, I really thought I was going to cut him. We came out, and I was just looking at a list of names. I didn't think we were going to keep him because I didn't think I thought he was too one-dimensional. But I really appreciated what he did in the offseason. He was here all the time in the summer at open gym. He worked very hard. He hustles. He's got a great deal of heart also. And I'm looking forward to him to improve even more in this offseason, be a big part of our success next year, because he's got some God-given gifts that maybe some of the rest of the players don't have. And I think he'd be a big part of our program if he gets dedicated, goes to the weight room with Ryan and Jim. And that'd be one of the crowd's favorites, as he's going to help some noises that layup at the end of the game. Speedy Gibson. Because he was or Superman, because he was bouncing back and forth between the two teams and playing probably 3/4 of every sophomore game. Then playing a quarter of ours. St. Christmas, he went with us on the trip, and we played a lot more than he was with us during the playoffs. And he'd be running out of the sophomore game, running the locker room, and change uniforms. And Kurt has grown a great deal as a player. He's one of our most improved players, and he's got he's got physically stronger. He took it upon himself to work hard in the off season to be stronger, and he really tough on himself. I think Kurt's going to be a lot more successful at basketball when he lightens up a little bit, enjoys it a little bit, it's not so hard. Kurt is harder on Kurt than I'm on him. You know, I don't care. Kurt Miller, except when he shoots right-handed layups from the left side with his left hand. I don't understand that. I don't quite understand that one, Mr. Kurt. But he's got a great future ahead of him. We're proud of him. He's banged around. He certainly banged around Ryan Melly and John Lucetti practiced all year, and I think he learned a few tricks from him. And I anticipate Kurt having a great 2 years, next 2 years. Really not a basketball player. I mean, you know, I'm not saying that to insult him at all, because I'm saying that because he can do so many things so well. He hasn't really taken the time to become a true basketball player. He's probably got one of the greatest arms I've ever seen on a high school athlete. And he could throw, you know, a lot of you've seen it on a dime, you know, 40, 50 yards on a pass. It's a bullet. And then in baseball, I mean, I can't, when he throws the ball in the Missouri gym, I can hardly see him. I got 4 eyes. And then when he takes the ball in bounds, I'm afraid he'll break the backboard at the other end of the gym, 84 feet away. I mean, he's got such a great dunk. He's got great hops, and everybody saw that tip dunk that Brock he couldn't away from him. He vertical dunk. He just went up and dunked it. He's barely 6'1". And he's got quickness, he's got desire, he's got effort, he's got everything, but he just doesn't have enough time because he's doing so many things. And yet we're going to have to devise a little plan for Craig Hopson to have time, because he's certainly one of the big keys for us, you know, to get back down state where we want to go the next 2 years, because Craig is a natural leader, and he's very much respected by his peers and his fellow players. And the 2 areas where I want Craig really to promise me that he's going to work, and then he's going to, you know, shoot 100 shots a day and make 50 free throws, and also take care of the academics, which is the first thing. Because I think it'd be a shame for Craig to go almost any place he wants in 3 different sports, sacrifice that by not taking care of the academics. So I'm saying this from a lot of people, you better take care of the academics. I don't want you on the honor roll. This semester, I'm not waiting for this. Okay, it's very important. And I was very happy for Craig. Everybody knows how he gets it up in the team. Heck, he broke 2 fingers on the semi-off floor a year ago, diving for a loose ball, and I went over Libertyville in the quarterfinals. And this year he came back from a great football team, and Charlie was a little slow coming back. He was frustrated because things weren't going well for him early. But he kept on working, he kept on diving for loose balls, kept on fouling people and shoving people and hitting rebounds, and kept on working on his game. And near the end of the season, he started playing ball like I know Charlie could. In fact, Charlie really kept this into the very end of the game because he had 8 points against Rocky, 4 big free throws in the 4th quarter alone. So it shows his mettle. He can come off the bench in a championship-type game and make 4 free throws in a row. And I'm very eager to see how Charlie progresses in the off-season, because he's going to be one of our major keys for success also. And the next young man isn't here tonight. He's on a mission. He's gone with his a group from his church. He's gone on a trip to visit some universities down south, and he'll be gone for this week. I really miss him. I'm very sincere. Every day, to see Walter Hill brings joy to a person's heart. Walter epitomizes what life is all about. Walter gets everything out of everything he possibly can. It's a joy to be on the team. He's an outstanding leader. Even though he was a junior, he was a leader out there. He did a tremendous job for us, and he's, he averaged 11 points a game. He averaged 3 rebounds, and he averaged about 3 assists a game. But he certainly was out there hustling all the time and just giving everything he can for the Titans, and I'm really looking forward to it. He struggled a lot early, and he internalizes everything. He doesn't really come out and express his feelings very much to people around him unless you start talking to him. And he was supposed to be our premier 3-point shooter this year, and about half the season, he was shooting around 24% from the three. And he was really bothered by that, and so was the coaching staff a little bit. And we took some time with him, and a few different junctures during the season, he raised it. He ended up with almost 32%. So from about midway in the season, going up 7 percentage points to three was a big increase in the percentage. And everybody realizes, you know, we lost John in fouls, and we lost Pat in fouls. It really hurt us in the super, especially when Pat went 4 out of 5 from three in the super sectional in front of 5,500 people, and most of those threes were outside the NBA of them. And Pat is a brilliant student. He's another leader by example because of his work ethic. He's a gym rat. He's always in the gym in the season, off the season. In fact, he's got a little brace in his ankle from when he sprained his ankle about a week ago. And I'm very happy that Pat is going to be back another year. And he's going to be a leader. He's a third leading rebounder for the team. We're going to talk about his free throw achievements in a little while. He's a third leading rebounder. He's a second leading assist man. He's a very valuable player to our program. He's a tremendous student, and he's a great reflection of our program. I'm very proud of Pat Hand. The next man's success story. Everybody remembers 2 years ago when Ryan played 4 varsity games and had his terrible injuries with his ankle first and then break his kneecap on 2 different occasions. And he screwed his knee for around 6-7 weeks of getting it out, not playing 5-on-5 basketball for about 9 months. And then last year, how he had to struggle early when he was very tentative out the floor, and then he went to the bench for the entire season until the regional. And he came back and solidified our lineup in the regional section. We got down to the Final Four. But this year, Ryan came out, with a great deal of confidence and ability, and he had 16 points a game, 8 rebounds a game. And we'll talk about a couple other things about Ryan's confidence. I'm very, very proud of a young man that didn't quit. Even though he had tremendous injuries, he came back and showed a great deal of perseverance and dedication. Mr. Ryan Melton. Now we're down to our co-captains, and Ricky is, we're not going to say that much about Ricky and Janet right now. We're just going to say that they're great co-captains, they're leaders of our team, they're 3-year players on their team. Really, 25 and 5 their sophomore year, 27-8 last year, 25 and 5 this year. That's a tremendous amount of victories on this court for this school. And I have to say, without any reservation, that Ricky certainly was a gentleman both on the court and off the court, except for a couple of minor instances of emotion brought up with him. But Ricky, he's got a golden heart also, and he's a beautiful person. And Ricky was a stick and stirred the glue for us. And Coach Stockton's going to talk about something in a few minutes about it, and I don't want to bring in that parade. We're going to miss Ricky. We're going to miss all our seniors. We miss Ricky for his leadership on the court, his personality, and we're just going to miss Ricky Bloom first. Ricky Bloom. Other team's co-captain, John Lachetti. We were talking about John a little more too with special awards, and John's the same thing when he was as a sophomore. We were watching the sophomore tape with Proviso East about a month and a half ago when we played Proviso East here in that crazy game we won. When John was a sophomore, and they said, John, can you believe you didn't get that ball? It's something he's actually got in his senior year. John has really improved a tremendous amount in the 3 years he's been on the varsity. He's one of the premier players, really big players in the state of Illinois. We're going to talk about some of that a little bit later. You saw sought after by many schools, and there'll probably be an announcement in the next week or so about where he's going to go to school. And he's just applied himself, probably came in. How much was it, a freshman? 150 or something like that, 155 pounds, something like that. 155 pounds, I believe, about 5 to 10. Almost 210 pounds now, and he's gotten a great deal stronger during the course of his 4 years, and he's improved from being just a rather passive type player to being a very physical player, and I'm very proud of John Ted. Okay, Joe, why don't you sit down and then we'll take care of your questions. We have some special awards to hand out. The first one is going to be,
Since he walked in after I got done talking, Larry, I want to thank you publicly for all that you did to help us in the relationship that we had this year. I think you should deserve a hand of applause. Also, I got to say special thanks to Larry. You run a great babysitting service. Thanks. You saved me a couple times. Free throws. You know that thing when you watch teams play and you say, oh, I can't believe they missed all those free throws. I mean, all that time and nobody guarding you, but the pressure's on and you start to shake a little bit. And they're not so easy to make. In fact, our varsity had an excellent free throw percentage as a team compared to a lot of teams. And they only shot as a team, as a percentage, 67%. Our opponents shot 61%. Now I want you to keep those in your mind, 67%, 61% as teams. Because this year, we have a young man on the varsity that shot over 85%. 69 out of 81 free throws in pressure situations. He broke the all-time single-season free throw record of 83%. We had 83% come back 2 years, and John Harzalak had it 1 year, a long, long time ago. So we have a new school free throw champion. At 85.2%, 69 out of 81, Brian Hand.
No, Patrick.
In fact, I was thanking Brian because remember the season Brian told me he wanted to taught Pat how to shoot free throws.
Oh, Patrick.
Fighting a cold tonight. Apologize for all the blinking and the redness of mine. And really happy to be giving this award to our provider. And actually, to get the award, all you have to do is be the leader of our team and assist. But in this particular individual's case, he's a provider in more ways than just distributing the ball. He provides us with a lot of leadership, with a lot of heart, a lot of good times, and he'll definitely be missed. This year's provider is Ricky Boone. In case you didn't hear the announcement of the game, Ricky Boone became the all-time assist leader of Boyle this year. He's got a total of 674. He broke the old record by over 150.
You know, when all 5 sides average double figures, you know, a lot of that has to do with the distribution of the ball, and Ricky got the ball everywhere. And very proud of the fact that Ricky did think about the team first. Now, Ricky actually averaged about 2 points more a game last year than he did this year, and because he had more people throw the ball to than score. So consequently, he shared the ball, and it's the type of person Ricky is, wanted to win through the team. Award of Awards award, Coach Kavista.
That's a famous coach once said it was war on the board. 25-5, you know, you've ever heard the slogan, you control the boards, you win the game. Our team this year controlled the boards. We had 25% more rebounds than our opponents did. And our leading rebounder this year with 95 offensive rebounds, 165 defensive rebounds, 260 total, for an average of almost 9 rebounds a game. And I also might want to say that on the career rebound list, he now ranks 3rd with 639. Danny Jones is 2nd and Brent Sagewater is 1st. So in 3rd place on the career rebound list, our number 1 rebounder of this year, John Luchetti.
Most Improved Award goes to a young man that certainly has paid the price and has improved a great deal during his 4 years of employment. He's been very dedicated, and I think I alluded to that a little bit earlier. He's overcome a great deal of injuries and time away from the game. I think that certainly that this young man has come back and has given everything he possibly can to his team. He certainly has put up with me yelling at him all the time, too, for 3 years, and on his case constantly. And I'm very proud of what he's attained. His first team, Nick 9 All-Conference, he certainly was very close to being on small state teams, except a couple of his teammates probably beat him out because of a little bit more experience. But I also am looking very forward to Ryan going on to college and having a great college career, because really, like I talked to a college coach the other night about him, I would like to have him, his sophomore year be a redshirt year and have him back for the 5th year. It's just a whole year of competition. We can't do that in high school, though. You get away with that in college. But I think Ryan's going to be a great college player. I think he's really got his mind up. He wants it badly, and I know he's going to put the time on the court to do this. And we certainly would have been successful these last 2 years without the dedication and great comeback effort of Mr. Ryan Nolan. Ryan, for only playing 4 games his sophomore year, ended up 26th all-time leading scorer with 610 points. He was 8th in dunks with 16, 7th in blocks with 61, and 16th all-time leading rebound with 342. So Ryan had a great career. He was going to go with 3rd, just cut short by an inch. The next award is going to be the Defense Award. The Defense Award is probably the most one-sided vote we had in all our voting, because the players and coaches vote for it. Every game, one player had to guard the toughest kid in the other team. If it was anything close to a perimeter player, one guy was going to guard him. Okay? Who was going to guard him? Walt was going to guard him. And Walter Hill looked for this challenge. And he met the challenge. I would tell him, keep off the boards. He tried to keep him off the boards. He had to play against people his own size. He had to play against people bigger. He had to play against people that were seniors with 3 or 4 years of experience on the varsity. And he never backed down. He had to guard Dixon from the East all 3 games. He was on the varsity for 4 years. And he had to guard Rock Island. Monte Jenkins was first team All-State. First team All-State, Monte Jenkins. 6'5", one of the quickest first steps we've seen in a long time. We played Rock Island. Monte Jenkins ended up with 14 points, and I think it was 12 in the first half. I think 12 was the first half. And Walter Hill, guarding him, had 15 points. And Monte Jenkins, 6'5". It was beating Walter in a dribble, and Walter made up his mind to deny the ball, and denied the ball the second half, and just did a tremendous job. No big task is too big for Walter, and it's great to have that type of effort, concentration on defense, and it really helps because, along with his teammates, this team was shot 51% from the field, but they only gave up 41% from the field. So we're plus 10 in field goal percentage, and that's how you measure defense. Don't read the papers and say this team's the best defensive team because they only give up X amount of points. Because X amount of points doesn't mean anything until you look at the pace you play. Well, you know, this team only scored 78.5 points a game. Only because I say the last 4 teams were around 80, 81. But they led the conference in scoring. And we led the conference in point differential because we gave up 59, so plus 19 there. But the biggest plus minus is that field goal percentage, and certainly Walter and his teammates working hard in defense did that for us. So I'm really glad to see Mrs. Hill is here tonight. I'd like to send on Walter's behalf defense award to Mrs. Hill. Announce the co-captains for the 1995-96 Fighting Titans. The co-captains, I know, are going to do a great job.